Barack Obama, do you think people have to do what you say? You act like you own us. You act like you own black people. You don't own me.
So no, Barack, I'm not going to support Kamala Harris because you said that is my duty as a young black man.
And now you have the audacity to try to shame black brothers to vote for Kamala? She ain't one of us.
You don't even live in Chicago anymore. You left your black community, Barack Obama, and you want to tell us how to vote? We're not having that, and we're not voting for Kamala Harris.
Black conservatives all over social media of all different ages have come out against Barack Obama after he had a message saying that the brothers are not supporting Kamala Harris, and that is an issue. They don't really recognize how much she relates to them, and we need to do something about this. I need to wake you guys up. These guys, these black conservatives, they came out with different messages. Many other ones, not as prominent on social media, came out with videos as well. We'll jump into those. But first, it's Sean Daniel here. And second, let's see what Barack Obama said directly to these group of brothers about the lack of support for Kamala Harris in the black community.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly.
Because you're in trouble.
And say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
I mean, I'm irritated just hearing this derogatory tone and messaging that Barack Obama is saying about how hard you have it as a black person. She relates to your struggle, your pain. It's talking to them like they're not capable and like they have it so much worse. And a lot of these black conservatives, they are not having it, starting with CJ Pearson, 22 years old, amazingly well-spoken. Fun fact, all these guys that we've covered, I have met every single one of them, worked with some of them, except Vernon Jones. I don't know about him. Let's go.
President Obama yesterday tried to lecture into supporting Kamala Harris just because she, quote, looks like me. So I'm CJ Pearson, one of the young black men that President Obama yesterday tried to lecture into supporting Kamala Harris just because she, quote, looks like me. Now, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I think that my ancestors fought far too hard for my right to vote in this country for me to support someone just because they look like me, especially when that person who looks like me doesn't give a damn about me. Kamala Harris, throughout her entire political career, hasn't done a single thing for black people, black men, or anyone, actually, for that matter. She failed to secure the border. She hasn't created a single job. She is actually probably uniquely terrible at her job. Barack Obama, another person who didn't do a damn thing for black people when he was president, believes that black men should set aside our disagreements, set aside our grievances, and just take one for the team. Barack, we've been taking one for the team when it comes to supporting the Democrat Party for decades. And what do we have to show for it? Our inner cities are destroyed. Violent crime is up. We are living in poverty in too many communities across this country. That is the reality of progressive policies in this country and all across America. So no, Barack, I'm not going to support Kamala Harris because you said that is my duty as a young black man. No, I'm going to support Donald Trump, the president who actually delivered for black people, brought about the lowest black unemployment rate in our nation's history, the president who actually gave a damn about our community. That's not rocket science, Barack. It's common sense.
CJ is so good, and he's only 22. I met him when he was, I think, like 17, 16. And he does this off-the-cuff, well-put-together sentences, not just on a little video for social media. He does it in front of crowds. He does it in front of a crowd where the president is backstage. I've seen it. Without a script. It's impressive. Now let's jump to funny man Terrence Williams. Oh, Terrence.
I'm giving everybody a fair warning right now. You might not like my language in this video, so move on if you have sensitive ears. And also, send this video to Barack Obama. Barack Obama, I need to holler at you. Sit down so I can holler at you and look at me when I'm talking to you. Okay? So it took me a day to respond because I wanted to give you time to think about how stupid you sound. When you say you are ashamed that black people are not supporting Kamala Harris. And Barack Obama, do you not realize that this is America? You are a former president. So you should realize, so you should know that this is America. And black people have the right to vote for and support whoever they want. Black people have the right to support and vote for whoever they want. I have the right to wear this red hat. I have the right to support Trump. Black people don't have to support Kamala Harris. Barack Obama, do you think people have to do what you say? We don't have to do what you say. Who do you think you are? You are not God. We don't have to worship you.
True.
You want us to get down on our knees and worship you.
That's actually
and bow
true.
down to you, boy, bye. Do you think you are the ruler of black people? Do you think you are the king of the black community?
It's true.
Huh? No. You act like you own us. You act like you own black people. You don't own me.
Terrence makes a lot of good points, about the depthness with which Barack likes to get worshipped and to call out these guys that they need to vote for Kamala just because they are black and she is black, when really, that has no merit on really anything. You don't just want to be friends with somebody because of their skin color. You don't want to hire someone just because of their skin color. But can we tell Terrence, bro, you've been doing this for 6 years since I met you. I should text him. Terrence, why do you not flip your camera so it's not reversed and we can actually read what's on your hat? You'd think with millions of followers he would know what he's doing. Now let's hear what David J. Harris Jr. has to say. Worked with David many times, done videos for him. All right, David, let's see what you got.
My, have the tides shifted? Are you kidding me? Barack Obama. I didn't vote for you either time. I saw right through you back then, and unfortunately, so many of my black brothers and sisters, my own family, they couldn't see through you. But now they can. You coming out, trying to shame black men into voting for Kamala? Are you freaking kidding me? You sound like a slave master trying to get your slaves back on the plantation. Well, Barack Hussein Obama, I always appreciated the fact that Obama, as an acronym, could also be mentioned. One big ass mistake, America. You didn't do nothing for the black community when you were in office. You pandered to the LGBTQ community, though. Oh, yeah, you pandered to them. You lit up the White House in rainbow colors and everything. What'd you do for the black community? What'd you do for America other than just inflame the race tensions in America? Yeah, that's right. You invited Black Lives Matter to the White House. You shamed Dallas police. You inflamed and stirred up racism in this country like nothing before. It wasn't Trump. It was you, Barack Obama. And now you have the audacity to try to shame black brothers to vote for Kamala. She ain't one of us. She's not pro-American. She's pro-illegal immigrant, period. Shame on you. I'm glad my black, brown, and white brothers and sisters are seeing right through you.
And it is a big deal that Obama was willing to go to an office, a campaign office, and publicly share out loud that, hey, we don't have that much support, and basically just try to guilt trip people. That's pretty eye-opening, because to realize it behind closed doors is one thing, but to publicly share that we don't really have this much support for this black woman, that is a whole nother level, which should tell you really how bad it really is. Let's hear from Vernon Jones, who is a guy who I believe ran for office before, former county executive, former state representative. Let's hear what Vernon has to say. He's the one I do not know. I've never worked with this guy. I don't know him. Worked with a lot of the black conservatives.
Hello, America, and hello, Georgia. I'm Vernon Jones, former state representative from the great state of Georgia, and I'm out doing my normal morning jog. By the way, it's a great day to be in Georgia. It's a beautiful fall day. But anyhow, I just had to pause for the cause. I, like many of you, observed and listened and watched Barack Obama last night as he addressed black men. But as a black man, he did everything but address us. What he did, he berated black men, he rebuked black men, he even scolded black men, primarily because we will not fall in line and vote for Madam Lock-Up-Her Brother, Kamala Harris, because that's her record. As if black men are too stupid that we can't vote our self-interest, what's best for us, our pocketbook, our families. As if we've been immune to the past 3.5 years, as if we don't know that gas prices have been higher under Kamala Harris, food prices higher under Kamala Harris, interest rates on home mortgages higher under Kamala Harris, and runaway borders under Kamala Harris. But you know what? That's what the liberal white Democratic Party did. They dispatched Barack Obama out there to whip black men back on the plantation to vote Democrat.
True.
And you know, President Obama, he meant a lot to black people, but he didn't do anything for black people. And for him to want to come down from his mansion in Martha's Vineyard and tell black men how we should vote, really? You don't even live in Chicago anymore. You left your black community, Barack Obama, and you want to tell us how to vote? We're not having that, and we're not voting for Kamala Harris.
One thing I can appreciate about Vernon compared to everybody else is that he was just poignant and to the point, just like CJ was. Because in social media age, having worked for these guys, been around it, you can have this like contest of outrage. Who can give the most attention-seeking answer and outrage, which we saw right here with David Harris's video. How can I be as outraged and irritated by what Obama said without just breaking it down? Yes, okay, they might be frustrated by how ridiculous it is, what he was doing and the depth of it. And maybe it's personal history with how many people in their families, that's what I've heard from black conservatives that I know, how many people in their families are super mean to them, want to oust them, and paint them as like a black sheep just if they're not going to vote Democrat. You'd be amazed the stories I've heard at events that I've worked. So I can see why they get outraged, but at the same time, so many of these instances and videos, it's just like it's a attention-seeking contest. I did want to show you guys what they said because some of them had some good stuff, especially CJ. This man's an amazing speaker, especially off the cuff in front of crowds. It's impressive. But it's great to see that some of these guys are sharing a message online to combat what Barack Obama just tried to do in really guilt-tripping black men into voting for Kamala Harris. It's SCOLD here. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.